Very good morning, all the dear students. Today, I'm going to tell you again transmission media. I told you in case of transmission media, based on the mode of propagation, uh, this communication channel, actually the communication process that can be associated with some channels. So that communication channel can be classified as guided media and wireless media. In case of any communication media, I want to tell you that can be classified that can be classified based on few important aspects, like open word system, two word system, multi word system. These are very common thing. But what is the problem of your open word? Very well known concept is there. So in case of communication media, communication channel, that can be classified again based on this guided media and wireless media. Guided media means simply wired media. So when I am going to tell you the next part of this site, you can look this sender and receiver is there, and in case of our communication networking process is there, computer networking process, that means computer network that have different layers. In case of ISO OSI, there are 7 layers. In case of TCP IP, there are 4 layers. So basic layer and the lowest layer, that is physical layer, where the physical layer means bit transmission, raw bit transmission, that can be possible using some cable or AR media. So either I need wired media or wireless media. That's why this communication channel that can be classified based on this media. So which can carry the raw bit, and any beats that can be processed using some signal. I mean to say, not a process, beats can be represented by some signaling representation, means plus 5 volt, minus 5 volt, or plus 5 volt, 0 volt. That means unipolar signaling. When you have one message signal 1010 pattern, that can be processed using some signaling, like basic digital signaling, means unipolar coding, that they are called line coding, unipolar coding, bipolar coding, Manchester coding, etc. So this is the basic thing where those signal can be transmitted using some media. When I'm talking about carrier modulation, then those message signal can be transmitted using some carrier, high frequency carrier, and then this is known as the carrier modulation. Then also we need some transmission media. So next to that, when I'm talking about transmission media, that can be classified, I told you, wired and wireless. How to classify guided media based on this cabling concept? You can classify either it is twisted pair cable or coaxial cable or fiber optic cable. And next to that, free space, that is the part of wireless communication. What is guided media? Guided media, which are those that provide a conduit from one device to another, include twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, or fiber optic cable. So our main discussion is related to all those cabling techniques. First of all, twisted pair cable. And in case of twisted pair cable, it is mostly used for telephony communication purpose, telephony channel. So what is the purpose of this guided media? I want to tell you, very high speed communication that is possible using this guided media. It is it is mostly used for short distance communication, more secured. When I'm talking about twisted pair cable, it consists two solid copper conductor casing in a PVC sheet. There have some PVC sheet. Okay, so this PVC means what is the PVC? PVC means polyvinyl chloride sheet. Okay, characteristics of the impedance of this wire, that is 30 ohm to 110 ohm. It allows 0 to 200 kilohertz of bandwidth signal propagation. Attenuation is very less, or you can say negligible. Supports electrical signaling transmission. Actually, twisted pair cabling, it is known as twisted pair. Why twisted pair? Because twisting is used for reduction of interference to prevent any crosstalk. That is the most important issue of our communication purpose via telephony channel. Now, next to that, I want to show you two basic important thing associated with our twisted pair cable. You can say twisted pair cable that can be say either classified as unshielded or shielded twisted pair cable. So something shielding is there. When some shielding is there, that means some special jacket to block the external interference, that is mostly used for STP. So obviously STP that is more useful for less interference, but the installation is very critical. This is the data rate application based some features I want to show you here. You can note it. um, Unshielded twisted pair used in telephony, data rate less than 0.1 mbps, mostly used for telephony communication purpose. Unshielded twisted pair originally used in T lines. uh, those uh, specification associated with some data rate 2 mbps. T1 lines, I told you, in case of digital communication, I told you there are T1 multiplexing system, and we have found 1.544 mbps. How to provide this data rate using which kind of media? This is the media. Improved Cat2 used in LANs, then data rate is improved to improved up to 10 mbps. When I'm using Cat3 token ring network purpose, then 20 mbps. When I'm talking about 24 AWG with the jacket and outside sheet, then I'm getting 100 mbps LANs. In this way, you are getting various specification. This is practical unshielded twisted pair cable connectors are the 45 female and male connectors. When I am talking about coaxial cable consists one inner conductor and outer conductor. Inner conductor and outer conductor. Inner and outer conductors are separated by an insulator. This is the insulator. Okay, or dielectric insulating material. Inner conductor made up of copper wire, and outer conductor made up of copper actually copper coated shield. This is a copper coated steel material, copper coated steel material, and this is outer conductor shield. Actually, characteristics impedance, it is the most important thing for any media, that is 50 to 75 ohm. In case of interference, when I'm talking about interference is less as compared to your twisted pair cable, TP. In case of bandwidth, almost 600 megahertz bandwidth that can be provided by this media for a TV band purpose. coaxial media actually classified as baseband communication purpose and broadband communication purpose. Baseband means dedicated bandwidth is there. Broadband means bandwidth that is actually split bandwidth that can be split into small number of channels. Okay, it is actually centrally controlled. So when the signal, when the single cable failure uh, that is that may be happened, then the total system can be disrupted. This is the most disadvantage of this system, and very bulky system it is. On the other hand, when I'm talking about noise immunity purpose, it is much more noise immune and easy to install as compared to our TP, twisted pair cable. A few examples: RG59, RG58, RG11. These are the common category of coaxial cables. You are getting some impedance. Uh, I told you some impedance value that is shown over here, and I told you it is bounded within 50 to 75, and it is shown within this region. RG59 it is used for cable TV purpose. RG58 it is used for thin Ethernet. There are some Ethernet concept in case of our computer network, and this Ethernet that can be classified further as thin Ethernet, thick Ethernet, etc. Optical fiber, actually optical fiber means there are two layers actually, and that is core layer and clad layer, and outer layer is jacket, and that is called the most important part of the optical fiber, that is called core layer. Core, the uh, uh, the light that can be propagated within this region, and the light reflection refraction property that can be used over here, and you will get the signal propagation using that concept. When I'm talking about mode, this uh, propagation mode is important for our optical fiber communication, that can be classified as multi-mode and single mode. Furthermore, multimode that can be classified as step indexed and graded index fiber. And in case of single mode fiber, the propagation mode simply so one. In case of multimode fiber, the mode of propagation is multiple. In case of single mode fiber, the long distance communication or short distance communication, which type of the communication that is provided by this system. Obviously, long distance communication, multimode communication, it is used for say short distance communication purpose. Question is why this core area, it is the most important thing for the distance of communication path. When the core area is very less, that means narrower region is there, then it is used for long distance communication, which is important for single mode communication, single mode fiber communication. On the other hand, in case of multi-mode, the core that is larger, attenuation is very less for single mode fiber. Was quite obvious. If the attenuation is less, then the path of the main path of communication, it is longer. When the attenuation is very high, then the power, if I am using very high power, then also this power can be attenuated over a certain path, and after a short distance it can be uh, almost it can be negligible. So and no signal can be received at the receiver. So long distance communication purpose it is not used. In case of step index fiber, distortion is very high. On the other hand, graded index purpose, the distortion is comparatively less. So this is the figure where in case of single mode, you are getting very narrower region of core. And in case of multi-mode, the region of core it is longer. But the propagation is completely different. Uh, it is something like the uh, the reflection refraction concept may be following over here. On the other hand, in case of your credit index, it is simply like sinusoid propagation. Not actually, but something like that. This is the a practical figure of fiber optical fiber construction. You are getting outer jacket, core, outer is cladding, and then after cladding, not exactly outer jacket, before that one plastic buffer is there. What about unguided media? Unguided media means obviously very uh, important for wireless communication purpose. And the discussion issue obviously related to radio waves, microwaves, and infrared. So the propagation frequency is quite higher. In case of radio wave, it is the range within 3 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. On the other hand, in case of infrared, that is 300 to 400 terahertz. When I'm talking about light wave communication, that is more than 400 terahertz and almost up to 900 terahertz. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is most commonly used for our reference purpose. Very well-known book that is Browse in Data Communication Networking. Okay. So thank you.